We've got to get back to politics. Odds makers heavily favoring Trump to win the White House. He leads 61% to Harris's 39% on the betting market. That will be Polymarket. Look who's here, Kevin O'Leary, the man himself. Do you think the betting odds paint a better picture than the polls?
Hard to know. I don't trust either. What I believe in now is election night, watching state by state go red or blue. I've learned that over the last 2 election cycles. I mean, to make bets from an investment point of view, because if I really believed this was going to nail it the way that betting odds looked, I'd go long energy right now, which I haven't done yet, because we know a Trump administration will be far more accommodative for drilling and less regulation. But I've talked to many colleagues. They're not willing to pull that trigger yet either. So people want to see the real deal. And the polls have been all over the map because we have to put real money to work. We're not just saying, hey, we're going to bet $5 on this outcome. We may put collectively $5 billion into it, and energy's a big deal.
Yes, it is. All right. Stay with me, please. You're with me for the hour. Good night. Listen to Harris try to explain why voters prefer Trump on the economy.
Why do you think more people say they trust him on the economy than they trust you?
I think that when you look at an analysis of our plans for what we would do as President of the United States, it has been clear to those who study and understand how economic policy works that moving forward, because I do believe the American people are ready to turn the page on the divisiveness and the type of rhetoric that has come out of Donald Trump. People are ready to chart a new way forward, and they want a president who has a plan for the future and a plan that is sound and will strengthen our country. My plan for the economy does exactly that.
Didn't really answer the question, Kevin, and she managed to turn it around to attack Trump.
There was a magic moment in that interview around the 6th minute. I was watching it with my daughter, who's a Harris supporter, so you can imagine Thanksgiving dinner at my place. But here was the moment. She was questioned about immigration for the first time with a timeline. Bret brought the timeline when the bills came, which no one has ever done before. So clearly the Biden administration, of which she was a part of, let a lot of people in before any bills were contemplated. And then she played that video of the mother who lost the child. It was a very powerful moment. That's when I said to Savannah, my daughter, she's going to do it. She's going to apologize to America right now for that mistake and own it, and she'll be a huge winner out of this. And we paused and we waited, and she didn't do it. It was a huge miss, and you think of history of these interviews for those incredible moments where she could have had that catharsis and said, we own it, we made that mistake, but I will be a new president and not do that again. That could have been her moment. She missed it in a big way. However, she got a zinger in there on Trump when, you know, they both have ads coming out of this. For Trump, it's going to be when she says, hey, look, you have to own everything you do in your administration.
Oh, exactly. That's the line.
Yes.
That will be used.
That'll be running in Philadelphia today. And for her, it was, you know, basically, I mean, Trump saying that, her saying to Trump, look, at the end of the day, I think I will be different than Biden. I will not be an extension of his administration.
Yet defended every policy.
Yep. Look, as Kevin is just talking there, Harris faced questions on the devastating impact of migrant crime under her watch, including the murder of Rachel Morin. Rachel's mother joined Fox and Friends this morning.